I mean, I'd say just look at the main trailer. Although the commentary pack is really cool. I wonder if there's a way for people to add in their own commentary packs. But at the moment, I highly doubt you'll be able to, because I think it'll just be really hard to moderate, and there'll be too many people who will take the mick out of it. I'm happy for the commentators in the FGC. I think the biggest one that we probably need to see UK wise is probably going to end up being Logan Sama. It's the biggest one I care about anyway. And he should be in there if not. And Ryan Hart is another one. Dante and Virgil commentary back when. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I would be down for that. Amadeus. I would be. I mean, let's be fair. Dante's voice actor also voices Ken, so it would just be Ken, the Ken pack, really. Virgil, it would be a different story because he's done by Down South End and he's got, as far as I know, no affiliation with the main series. It would be funny to see like a voice actors pack. I'd be shocked if Ryan wasn't involved. If Ryan Hart, so if you don't know who we're talking about Ryan Hart. I'm just gonna put like some random screen, just so that it doesn't look empty. Oh god. This is definitely like this Google Chrome is not working today. It's not been working for the last couple of days, let's be fair, but it's just like, oh god, why? Yeah, so it's I'm happy. Like, this is way better than what Street Fighter 5 started out with. They were working off goodwill alone with Street Fighter 5. You could not do much else. So this is much better so far. We're seeing like the best version of Street Fighter right now, and I'm happy for it. It looks like they've been working on this game since season 5, so they've been working at least on 2 years, maybe longer, since the season pass had ended. Let me just refresh this page because I'm pretty sure Amadeus wants me to look at this. SF5 literally took me away from the series, and now 6 is bringing me back, thankfully. I'm hoping so. Hopefully we'll get to punch fists soon. In DD, hopefully we'll get to run a Street Fighter 5 tournament. At least I want to run a Street Fighter 5 tournament here. So let's hope we can get that done too. Hey, I wonder what this thing is. Really hoping they've learned their lesson with SF5. I really hope so too, because the thing is, like, there wasn't not going to be fans of Street Fighter. The problem was always going to be whether or not I will wake up just for you guys. Thank you. We will punch fists soon. No ads. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hang on, don't worry. I'll stop stalling and click the trailer. I hear nothing. Hang on. It's 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. Don't worry, Indeedy. We'll do it just for you. What was I saying? So, Amadeus has been screaming for me to play this trailer for State of Play for the Final Fantasy 16. So we're going to play Stray instead. No. Stray of Play? Yeah? I'm surprised they didn't go with that. They could have done that. Do a State of Play called the Stray of Play. Come on, PlayStation. You watch every other stream I do, and you take every other feedback I say. Take this one and win. Arma is vibrating through the time and space right now. He should do. Right, I'm just going to go straight to the trailer instead. So I'm going to watch it again. Oh, what the hell's going on here? Oh, it's Pride Month. That's really fancy. Sorry, you can't see it, but there's like this animation thing that's happening here at the moment.
Who are we? What are the...
Yeah, this is a way shorter trailer than what I was expecting.
We wield it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. At its immaculate aspect.
So we're basically gonna go defeat the gods. That's basically what I'm hearing here. All of our summons are about to die.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day.
Is this story Naruto?
Closer to disaster. We must move now.
The music's actually pretty good.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
So there was a bit in this that just reminded me of... Yeah, this bit. It was this bit.
I unite the dominance.
this bit here that reminded me, just straight up said, I think this is just Bayonetta. I realized this is the most excited I've been for a game maybe forever. I love the classic Final Fantasy aesthetic, and the 14 team are truly incredible at created with well-crafted, rich narratives. The gameplay looks amazing, especially with DMC5 guy behind it. It does. I love how clean it is. I love the more gothic-y style that they've got. That's, I wouldn't say it's clearly inspired by Bloodborne and stuff like that, but the fact that they've managed to capture it more like a Game of Thrones or Witcher style show is really, really cool. I love that the UI. The thing is, I'm so used to the UI being at the bottom. It's weird to see at the top. It looks more and plays more like a DMC game, which I'm happy with. I'm fine with it if that's what we want to go with, but it's definitely not something I'm used to type situation. I'm just going to criticize it for no reason, clearly.
The dominance, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to.
Look how much damage that did. Can we take I want to take a quick look at that. By the way, let's just take. I want you to understand how much damage this how many attacks was given to this guy.
To the strife.
This is the health bar. Look at the health bar, yeah. All of this just do that much damage. Barely did any damage. Barely did any damage. Jesus. Jeebus. Guessing from the gameplay, that damage was the first thing I spotted earlier. This is like, that did nothing. That did absolutely nothing.
If I take the field, our due.
Oh wow, this is like, I'm just gonna push him down. You're like, this guy is Bane. This guy here is Bane. You think this gives you power? And he just puts his hand on his shoulder. He goes like, this is power.
Shake the island to its foundations.
Okay, it's clearly in Japanese and it's been dubbed over. Halcon of Fire, Titan versus Ifrit versus new monster we've never seen. Oh, okay, hang on. Okay. Okay, come on, go back. Don't think I didn't just notice that this had no name. Don't think I just didn't notice that. All right, this had no name. We are having kaiju battles. Guys. This is a Final Fantasy with kaiju battles. So this is us. This is Liquid Flame. Garuda versus Ifrit.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home
Mega Flare. Ifrit versus Bahamut.
that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Oh wait, that's in English. Yeah, it's Naruto. It's Final Fantasy Naruto. I get the feeling Bahamut is holding Sami up, basically. That's basically his, someone play Godzilla theme or any Ultraman theme. Okay, hang on. No, I'll get DMC8 for that. The main FF series theme. I love it. Like it's Final Fantasy 16 is we get to now play as Odin and think this is Final Fantasy 13. If Final Fantasy 13 did not exist, we probably wouldn't have this right now. This is really annoying. Final Fantasy 15, you get to play as like a small person going into thing. So here's my theory, my crackpot theory for Final Fantasy 16. The dominants are what they've named the gods, and are what they've named the gods, and this is the ability for people to be able to manifest effectively the gods in this game. So there are people who have the ability to change or at least shift into gods in some way, like the summons itself. They are separate entities, but the Twitter post implies they're called Elcons. Are they now? Okay, cool. We'll say Elcons for the time being then, for the rest of this. Please correct me, by the way. If I'm wrong about anything, please do correct me. It's just because it's called Dominance in the trailer, and it's just like one of the characters did say, oh, okay, Dominants are the summoners and the Elcons are the summons. Ah, okay. So yeah, this sounds more like this is very much like icons. Oh, okay. Seemingly a dominant is able to turn into an icon AOT style. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is this game, it's gonna sound dumb for people who may be offended by me saying it. Sounds a lot like Naruto, in the sense of Naruto's whole thing is that there's warring nations, or at least people with nations that so in Naruto there are characters who have the ability to summon or use the power of tailed beasts. There were 10 of them altogether, sorry, but they can't have multiple tailed beasts in one location because then they'll have too much power. It's effectively having like a nuke at your disposal. So they distributed each tailed beast to one individual nation so that no one person has all that power. And it's the same situation here, where it sounds like that what the game's gonna surround itself by is this idea that someone will try to gather the icons together and effectively either be the one person summoning them, or be the one to bring them together and bring them to their side. And everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, basically. And your character is the one that handles Ifrit, because Ifrit is, as far as I understand, the most, like, Bahamut is the most, I wouldn't say Bahamut is the most well-known, but Ifrit is usually the most well-known of most of the summons, because it's the most common summon you get. It's usually the first summon you get. So I'm gonna take the assumption, taking a wild assumption here, that you're playing as Ifrit. You're playing as the person who holds Ifrit, and Phoenix happens to be the second icon that happens to be your little brother. And the problem is that there's two of you now. There's two of you in the same location, meaning there's a chance at changing the tide of the war. And Phoenix may have had some sort of, I'm gonna take the assumption in story that the Phoenix has some sort of I'm assuming it's the most powerful one because it can revive its summoner. It's a very rare one. Anyway, we'll go into that. Clive has an icon. Ilfrid accidentally kills his brother, Joshua Phoenix, and goes into a quest to end the world of icons. I would probably say it's the other way around. That Joshua doesn't die. I don't think Joshua dies because he has the Phoenix one, and the Phoenix one's biggest thing is the fact that it is able to revive. So I don't think Joshua will ever die, but I think Joshua will go crazy, and Joshua will end up being what is the equivalent of, if you've read the Naruto series or seen Naruto series, this is a massive spoiler, but I'm gonna go about 3, 2, 1. It's the equivalent of having Toby Obito, where he's the 10th. He is the one with the most powerful, where he's technically the most powerful summon. The Phoenix is the most powerful summon because of its ability to revive, effectively. Like, it can't die. It's an immortal summon, effectively. And because it's run by a kid, it's just a case of how can we manipulate the kid to do our own doing. That's my take on it. That's where I am with it. I want to go back to the original trailer.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Because it's like, by this line here, it's just like wars are normally happening. Outside of the theory crafting, what do you think of the game from this trailer itself? I want to play it because it basically feels like Final Fantasy Bayonetta or Final Fantasy May Cry.
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster.
Level 18, 1406 HP.
We must move now.
I love the visuals. The UI is very reminiscent to 13 to me. Phoenix Shift. Hang on. Hang on. Did we get it wrong? Was he actually here for it? Was he actually a phoenix all this whole time? We got it the wrong way around. Is this the wrong way around? Is this the wrong way around? It says phoenix shift right there. Is this the wrong way around? It's literally got the phoenix logo. Is this the wrong way around?
The KRC would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
Deadly Embrace. Oh, okay. So it seems more like you can have ones. The font and bar style exchange. Joyous lends the phoenix power to Clive. Ooh, maybe. But it looks like you can... Ah, it looks like you can switch. You can't... I can't tell from this UI if you're playing as different characters. Because you can't see your name. Can I see your name? Can anyone see your name? Salam. Hi, Haz. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the stream. We sent on the website. Okay. Oh, look. You can shift between them. You can have 3. You can have 4. You can have 4. Yeah, you can have 4. You can have different ones. So different, maybe different summons or different goddesses. Different icons you have access towards can give you different Odin. So this one's Odin. So every time you attack, you unleash your gauge to get morphing, and it has a pic comparing it to Neo. It does? Literally DMC style. It was said on the website. Okay, can you link me to the blog if you've got a blog for it?
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end
Diamond
to the
Dust is
strife,
unbreakable.
and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow.
Go back. What were you pointing at? I can't read. Where did he post a pic? Where was his pic? Why can't I see the pic?
If I take the field, our duel will shake the island.
What is he saying?
To its found. Our duel will shake the island.
Our duel will shake the island to its foundations.
To its foundations.
What did you do? Hugo Kupka. Do you get to play as multiple protagonists? Because this doesn't look like Clive.
Nations.
Yeah, it looks like you get to play as different protagonists. It looks so pretty. Phoenix versus Icon of Fire. That looks like Ifrit. Look how creepy that is. How big is this one though? That's definitely Odin. Liquid Flame. Ifrit versus Garuda. That... Excuse me? His literal arm is off. They literally... You blasted his arm off. What the flip? What is going on? What is going on?
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred.
Another citizen... Oh wow. So...
For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
The Empire will... Okay, so I guess the Empire is about to die. Actually, something tells me that this guy is the Titan and not this guy. We don't know who... Oh, hang on. Do they take experiences from their original, like from their summoners? Hang on. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? The tall guy is Titan's dominant. Are you sure? I feel somehow it just feels more like they've done it on purpose, you know? Because then it looks like this guy is actually this guy. Exactly.
Empire will live on.
Maybe the Ariel icon was the friends we made all along the way. Why was the blonde one not the blonde one? I don't know. It's what I just read. Oh, that was so cool. Look at this bit. Ah, the eyes. It's literally Godzilla. It's literally we're playing Godzillas in Final Fantasy. That's what this game is now. We don't care about anything else. I wish there was an effect there, seriously. You will believe an Ifrit can fly.
End to the strife.
See, my problem at the moment is I wish I could comment more on the state of play, but sorry, about the gameplay stuff. But it's because that every Final Fantasy has had such a different gameplay style. It's just like I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but it looks like I'm gonna like it because it looks fun. It looks like it basically looks like Bayonetta with Final Fantasy. I know I keep saying Bayonetta and not Devil May Cry. I understand why, but I'm just wondering why you as one character can have this many. And it looks like from a protagonist standpoint, you don't play as just Clive. Kurive. It doesn't look like you play as just Clive, because look, there's no words here to say that it's Clive only. See, that's Clive. That's Clive.
I unite the dominance.
So I unite the dominance. What is in my team? Wish it was next year already, because then we'd have Breath of the Wild too. I mean, that's true.
Bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow.
There's still a stagger gauge.
If I take the field, our due.
So this guy.
Shake the island.
See this. Okay. No, that is us. That's us.
To its foundations.
I was confused because they did this on purpose. It was called a cinematic parallel, and I thought this guy was someone else. It turns out this guy's name is Hugo Kupka, and this guy is Clive. I was wrong. You'll know more soon. Thank you, Ibs. Jazakallah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for it because I get to play as big giant kaijus, and it's just like I'm pretty sure from a Final Fantasy. Like, if you are, I feel like, and pretty much Amadeus is gonna be my litmus test for this. If you had played every single Final Fantasy, or I mean maybe not, maybe Andrew's more litmus test on this, but basically, if you're a Final Fantasy fan and played every single Final Fantasy and knew that the summons were the coolest thing, well, you better get a PS5 by then. Jeez. The hope, Ibs. What was I saying? If you're like a Final Fantasy fan and you've played every single one of them and you knew the summons, and you always wanted to play as a summon, this is the game that will do it. This will definitely be the game that's like that's the mind-blowing part about it. Before, it was just a story to say, oh my god, you care about your little brother who ended up getting a power he didn't want, and it's going to take his entire lifetime to make that happen. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be more like Joshua gets kidnapped and you don't see him for like 10 years and you don't know what happens, and that's why the time skip is introduced. Because I highly doubt they'll do, you know, I think you'll be playing as the adult version, and I don't know, I'm just going to be stupid and just make stuff up, but it's like first half of the game, I wouldn't say first third of the game, first tenth of the game would be you set as a child, or at least your younger version, the prince or the head of the guard type situation, and then Joshua gets kidnapped, and then that's when the time skip happens, because you're just like hell-bent. You are going to play as the bad guy. You are going to be Infinite Nukem. You're going to be the last nuke standing, effectively, and that's the reason, because that's my thing on this. Lol, you're way off. Wow. I mean, if I'm way off, good. I'm happy to be wrong. I want to take a quick gander at something. Hang on, guys. Wait, hang on. Where is it? Hellfire. Phoenix, you're as way off as you are thinking Frontiers is. Oh, you heard about that? Okay. So I want you to look at this health. Did you see that health go to 0? You just said there's going to be interviews. Ah, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. But did you see that health go to 0? Did anyone else see the health go to 0? I was watching while sick in bed and felt worse from your takes. Yeah, that sounds about right. I have the best takes, thank you very much. That's the one I was talking about earlier. Sonic Frontiers or Garuda or that damage. You were talking about that one where the Phoenix just like died from his own hit. Fucking his arms literally been blown off. Does he fight like that the entire time? Faz, I can't think I get so happy, and it just makes me the FF16 incredible, and I'm so excited. I believe you. I so believe you.
There will be losses, it is true.
Oh, to be a Final Fantasy fan right now.
Yet for every citizen
It was straight up violation. It
who
was.
falls, another can be bred.
Hibsy.
For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
What if this guy was one of the younger summons? What if this guy was one of the younger dominants and he became king? I want this soundtrack. Why do you keep... That was terrible. Getting better, but lost the day. Oof. I'm glad you're feeling better, man, at least. Also, I will not violate your DMs, hon. I think she's like the nice one. Everyone else is like attacking and angry, and it's just like, there's this one here. Who's her name? Garuda. Wait, what? Why did they cut to the original person? I don't think they did it for everybody, did they?
The Empire will live on.
So that's Joshua. That's thing, yeah. I thought they kept it as a surprise, you see. So Garuda is that person. Shiva and Thing, they have not announced. They've not shown. Odin, they haven't done. Bahamut, they haven't done. Aether, they haven't.
Awaken, child of fate. Awaken, Ifrit.
Did Ifrit just get whacked?
If
Shorty, okay. I just released a new site for work and being told that I might get a bonus. Yay! Congratulations, indeedy. I knew this was gonna come out next year. And I hope we actually get, like, I hope we have a release date soon. That's all it is. The moment we get a release date, the more I'll be happy and more appreciative. Now that means that we're gonna be between now and what? That means at earliest we're not gonna see it till May. Maybe April. April would be the earliest. Introduced the release date next year is 14 expansion year, so CBU3 is going crazy. I actually think that maybe it's just not release ready, like Andrew was saying earlier. That's probably the main one. I just want to play it. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanna slice stuff up and see how badly I do. That's it. I just want to see how badly I'll do in this game, because let's be fair, I'm notoriously bad at Final Fantasy games, and this is just going to be another one, really. Like Crisis Core and 7 Remake. It's like, to be fair, I am like, as a like full honest take, I am hoping that this is just one game. Like, it's one full experience. And they've said Final Fantasy is from start to finish right now, just polishing everything up. So it'll take. So we are being optimistic by saying it'll come by April next year. I think that's a fair shout. Check Facebook Messenger. Okay. You can use the what's it called? 1 a.m. FF7 Final Fantasy 7 remix. Wow, I didn't know it was that legendary. It was during Ramzan as well. That was the main thing. Oh, the UI is similar. Because Neo 2 also had the Oni system. Yeah, I see the resemblance in that sense. Yeah, there's one game. 7 Remake is an outlier, not the norm. That's true. I'm not gonna lie. Summer for release is May, September. Summer for release, April is gonna be spring, not summer. I guess that's true. That is true. Sometimes it's just a bit finicky, but yeah. If it's May, if May is classed as summer, then May. If it's April, then April. I fully expect it to somehow be April, because I'm going by the idea that Final Fantasy 7 Remake came out in April, so unless I got that wrong again, which does happen. No, that came out in March. No, I got confused. Never mind. Summer, but it's September. That's true, but and anything said to spring generally comes out in April. That's true. Anyway, that means we're still seeing it. If we're being optimistic, probably May. And then if we're agreeing to what you're saying, Andrew, if we're being optimistic, it'll be May. And if, to be fair, they could probably just use the entire summer to promote it for September, which is not a bad shout, if anything, because if events are back on in a more proper way and they tour the game before release, they've got a chance to do that, because June and July and August there's normally events happening all over the shop, and that's usually the best time to do it. But then again, they could go and promote it anywhere. They've got Tokyo Game Show coming up soon. They've got what else is the next one? Then they've got the January event, because there's always like the weird January event that happens. And they've got EGX, they've got MCM, they've got and I'm going about events that I know. So you've got PAX East, maybe. I'm not sure what happens in January to May, but they can do stuff at Birmingham MCM if they decide to, or Insomnia if they decide to, and MCMs if they decide to. But it depends on if they actually come back to events in a more full capacity. TGS is going to be the biggest indicator of that. If they're still sticking to online, then they're still sticking to online. But as far as I know, that's going to be the case. I won't talk about anything that hasn't already been discussed online in some way. At least I feel. But that's my guess on it. It'd have to. I would guess that they would try to tour the game, because that game will get toured. They'll probably do something with. I'm trying to think of other European events, but I just don't know any. If they don't do TGS, they're not doing a Western cons. I actually think they're more likely to do Western cons by the time the game comes out. But it's just more of a difficult one to say how early the promotional period would be. On top of that, they're still Outspoken. That's another game that they are heavily pushing to Western, which is because it's basically one of those games that's set or has a lot of characters that are generally Western. And it's not exactly the best wording on it, because I've never really like explained it, but Outspoken has a main protagonist that is generally, as far as I understand, is American, and would suit the market more type situation. So they still need to promote that game. So I don't know if they want to get Outspoken out of the way first and make sure that has time of day before they decide to do anything with Final Fantasy in a more meaningful capacity. You know what would be mad is if they do somehow say Final Fantasy Part 2 comes out before Final Fantasy 16. But I highly doubt that's gonna happen. But yeah, I don't know how long we talked about this, by the way. It is almost 1 o'clock. I have to be careful to be a little bit quieter as well, so hopefully I'm not being too. Hi Ashua, happy Thursday, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Did you watch the State of Play, and were you excited for anything? We were definitely like looking a lot at. We were definitely ogling Street Fighter 6. That game so far, I am happy with it. I am happy with what I'm seeing. Off to bed now. Oh, thank you very much, Andrew. I really do appreciate you sticking around in chat and joining in. Do use the chat in the Discord if you're not for anything else, because obviously I'm normally going to be checking anyway. Ogling Chun-Li, you meeb. Everyone. No, I haven't. Was online doing things. And that's about Ashua. We were watching the State of Play, and you should definitely go check out the State of Play if you're trying to avoid spoilers. If not, we are talking about stuff that is in the State of Play. But yeah, we were in. It's been a generally. I've enjoyed the State of Play. I'm just trying to figure out what games are actually exclusive to PlayStation at the moment. With the Final Fantasy 16 being one of them. Street Fighter. I feel like I don't know if I made the choice to carry on and miss it. I see. No, that's understandable, Ashua. Do you care about talking about it? That's basically my point. Do you mind if I talk about it, Ashua? Is basically what I'm trying to ask you. Because I don't want you to be spoiled. I mean, there's literally a spoiler on the screen, so you know. There is that. All the VR stuff is exclusive. That is true. The VR stuff is exclusive because they're mainly just reimaginings of their IP stuff. So that's that should be fine. And I think I have amazing takes. Thank you very much. Or I wouldn't have joined. That's understandable. Sometimes people just want to say hello and they want to leave type situation, you know, and that's completely fine. We've been talking about mainly this conversation has been kind of like dominated by Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy 16, and I'm just happy for everyone who got what they wanted for those two games individually, because let's be fair, we all wanted a more fun and solid and more engaging experience with Street Fighter 6, and it looks like they are doing that. Especially with all the visuals that they're adding in. Like, it looks like they're making all the little things matter in Street Fighter 6. And Final Fantasy 16 is just like, yay, more story stuff, let's go! Story! This is kind of like what at least that's what I was looking for Final Fantasy 16, because it's got such an interesting story. I love the amount of, like, over-the-top drama that you get in Final Fantasy games, usually. I'm just wondering how the world will look like now. This is like one of those times where I wish we did have an understanding of the hub world that we might be dealing with. What the type of people are we going to see? It more like Final Fantasy 15? Is it going to be a bit more is it going to be a bit smaller in that sense? That like Final Fantasy 7 Part 1? Is it going to be more like maybe even older titles like Final Fantasy X and X2? It's such a. I'm wondering. The stuff that I now need to want to know about is probably going to be everything in game, or at least a little more stuff in game. How some of the mechanics will work and what sort of people we're going to meet, because at the moment we've met characters, which is cool, which is good. We've met more than just the main protagonist and the main villain, or what is implied to be the main villain. We know what the story beats are gonna try and cover, which is we're about to have kaiju battles, boyos. This is I'm just thinking of a certain indie company that did a Destroy All Monsters game type situation. Welcome to Final Fantasy Destroy All Monsters. What else is there? This is basically Dissidia Final Fantasy, but with summons. But with the summons instead, which I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the coolest thing about it, story-wise. Now we just need to know more about the little detail, the smaller things, the gameplay loop, and hopefully we'll get a better understanding on how the combat mechanics work, because we got a good, solid understanding of what we're seeing so far. There's a lot of cooldown-esque stuff in there, and there's a lot of action-based stuff there, which is good for me, because I like that sort of game more than anything else. But I don't know how that is for Final Fantasy fans, because and it depends. Some people appreciate the more slower, methodical approach that you got with older turn-based games, and I'm wondering if they're going to introduce a turn-based mode in this game, because while it's action-packed and heavy here, some people like that version, and I'm wondering if it's going to be in there. Even though they've got the battle designer for DMC, it doesn't mean that I don't think they couldn't do a turn-based mode. It just depends on if that is a plan. I don't know. Probably not. We'll see. But yeah, I think that kind of covers everything we want to cover. We've been going on for about 2 hours-ish, because it started at 11. 2 hours, jeez. It really does feel like it's been longer than 2 hours. I've been talking about so I spent about an hour and a half on 2 trailers. I spent an hour and a half on 2 trailers. Oh my god. I spent 2 hours on one trailer on 7 minutes of gameplay yesterday. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh god. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to cover. Oh yeah, we want to cover Stray. I think Stray should be something we should cover before we do anything else. Before I forget about anything else. Why is Google Chrome being so slow? Is there anything else you want me to look at, Amadeus? Like,